What's going on YouTube? It's Brtheceo back with some more credit gems, and today we're going to be going over how to build your credit report with just nothing. I'm going to show you guys how to look at your credit report, how to maximize your credit report, how to build your credit report from scratch, meaning if you have nothing. As you guys know, I started my journey with entrepreneurship just using credit. Credit is what got me situated where I am today. I dropped out of college with only $300, and that was in cash, because I was making money in college, but for the most part, I couldn't, start a business with the money that I was making because I was paying somebody to do my schoolwork while I was in college. So that brings me to credit. I started building my credit in college, and now that I have my credit situated and dropped out of college, and I use that credit to invest into something. And on this channel, y'all will see a lot of me investing into cars, investing into whatever, anything y'all see, investing into my credit repair business, and investing into my personal brand like here on YouTube, right? A lot of this stuff came from credit. All I did was build my credit and invest. It's a super simple formula. That's all you really have to take is just credit and understand credit. Once you understand credit, the sky's the limit. Today I'm going to show you how to build your credit report from scratch. Starting off with number one, credit monitoring. All right, and when it comes to credit monitoring, you have to understand that your credit report is going to be built based off of primaries. All right, these primaries are what's going to be on your credit report to build it strong. A primary and authorized users are two different things, right? You want to have a primary, meaning you own these accounts. A lot of people think they can just throw trade lines on their account or authorized users on their account and they're good. No, that's not the case, because these banks are going to see, hey, this person has an authorized user, which is somebody else's credit history or somebody else's credit limit. So let's backtrace a little bit and let's talk about credit monitoring, right? Number one, you want to understand where your credit score stands and understand that there will never be a hard credit score. Credit scores are going to fluctuate all the time. If I have a 680 on Credit Karma and I have a 720 on Experian and a 630 on Identity IQ, you're never going to know your hard credit score unless it's actually built to the max, right? Like my credit report, I have over 18 accounts. And with these 18 accounts, my credit score is going to be around 720, 740 across all bureaus and across all credit monitoring platforms. So understand, until you build your credit strong enough, you're not going to have a really hard, solid credit score to where you can just pop up and say, hey, I have a 780 credit score. That's not the case. And another thing, a myth, is having an 800 credit score. Having an 800 credit score is a myth. Do not try to get an 800 credit score. Not saying it's bad, but if you have an 800 credit score, that means you're not using your credit report correctly. That means you're just sitting on credit and not using it. So for me, if I were to ever have an 800 credit score, I know that I need to apply for some credit cards, go invest that credit into something, and go ahead and make my cash flow. It does not make sense to have an 800 credit score and not be using your credit report. Back to credit monitoring. Number one, you want to have Identity IQ. Identity IQ is like $27 a month. I'll put the link down below, and this credit monitoring system will be able to tell you who your debt is sold to, and that's if you have any debt, but it'll show who your debt is sold to, and it'll also tell you, what accounts are on your credit report accurately. It's super accurate. Unlike Credit Karma, that's going to show your Vantage score. These dealerships and these banks and these other financial institutions, when they pull your credit, they're using your FICO score, not your Vantage. That's why Credit Karma, people say, isn't accurate. You just want to use Credit Karma to see what's going on with your credit report and what accounts are on your credit report, not for the score. But you can still monitor your credit report using Credit Karma. All right, Identity IQ, as I did state, is great. Identity IQ is what I use. I use Identity IQ to basically look at my credit report through the computer, and that's where it's the most accurate at. Just looking on the computer. It's not very phone friendly, but it's very, very desktop friendly. All right, now next what you want to do is go to Experian. I have Experian, the paid version. A lot of people have free Experian or free Credit Karma. Like I stated in the beginning of this video, you want to invest into yourself. And these credit monitoring systems, a lot of people just want to go out there and get whatever is free because it's cost effective. All right, well, getting the free stuff, you're not going to get that much accurate results. The more you pay for your credit report, the more results you will get. So if you want to, manage your credit top tier, like I do, use Experian because it's phone friendly, and then I use Identity IQ because Identity IQ is definitely the way to go when it comes to desktop friendly. All right, and it's more professional when you use Identity IQ. You get more accurate results. Now that you have credit monitoring on point, you want to understand that your credit score is built off of your credit mix. All right, so auto loans, mortgages, credit cards, revolving history, right? All of that stuff is going to include 10% of your credit score, right? You want to have 10% mix. All right, understand that everything is a 10% mix. So if I have credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, that's going to build 10% of my credit score. So now that we have that down, let's start breaking down all the secure credit cards that you want to get to start building your profile. Number one, which is my personal favorite, is Discover It Secure Credit Card. What a secure credit card is when you put $200 down on a credit card, $500 down on a credit card, $1,000, whatever you put down, you're going to be paying that every single month, right? Whatever you put down on this credit card, you will have that as a credit limit. Basically, with that credit limit, you want to go use it out of the real world, like gas. Use it on small things, gas, food, clothes, day-to-day things that you really need in the day-to-day life. And then once they see that you can pay this credit card loan back that you already gave to them, basically, you're using your money as collateral, all right? So if anything defaults, if you can't pay the loan back, they're going to just take it from whatever you gave them, all right? And that's what's going to be able to build your credit score. Now, in 6 months, they're going to give you your credit back. They're going to give you your money back, all right? And when they give you this money back, basically, that's going to build your credit score, right? You're going to have a good credit score, and you're going to start building credit just by them giving your money back. Right? So now they're going to unsecure your credit card. So first, once you put down your money, it's going to be secured, meaning they have security. Now, once they unsecure you in 6 months, they see that you're doing good with this credit card, they're going to give you an unsecured credit card. With this unsecured credit card, you might get $1,500, $1,200, $3,000, depending on how much you put down in the beginning, right? So now that this bank has, comfortability with you, which is Discover It, you can take that and build your credit portfolio. Now, number two, we have Capital One Secure Platinum Card. It's the same thing. It works the same way as the Discover It Secure Credit Card. The only thing is they don't give you your money back. So go low, go light when it comes to giving them your money. So I would say give them only like $200, $300 because you're not getting it back. When they unsecure it, they're just going to add that limit onto whatever your unsecured limit is. So those are the two credit card revolving histories that you can add onto your credit report as a beginner. And number two, we have the pledge loans. All right, these pledge loans are going to be able to hit another section of your credit score. Like I said, we have revolving history, and then now we have installment history. Installment history is when you pay the loan down and that's it. It's no more coming back. You can't use the loan again. Whereas revolving history, where you have credit cards, you can pay the loan down and then you still have that limit again. Let me give you guys an example. So we have a $3,000 credit card. Let's say we swipe for that $3,000 credit card, we max it out. Once we max out the credit card, our utilization will go up, but once we pay it back down, utilization will go down and we can still keep using this $3,000. So that's revolving history. And like I said, installment history, all you have to do is just pay it down one time and that's it. All right, so we have pledge loans, right? These pledge loans are the same as secure credit cards. Basically, it's going to hit, like I said, installment loans instead of revolving history. I already explained that. So now, once you go to Navy Federal or any other credit union or any other bank that allows you to get a pledge loan, you just give them $1,000. You give them $250, and you just pay that loan back like $20, $25, $30, depending on how much you put down. And that's going to be able to build your credit score on the installment loan history. Like I said, your credit mix, you have a credit mix. So you want to throw in all types of loans, all types of credit cards, all types of auto loans and mortgages. You want to build it up strong, especially if you're young or if you're older. Go ahead and get that fresh start. Go ahead and get your credit repaired. Me and my team can get you repaired. All right, so if you need that, just go ahead and click the link in my bio or click the link below, and you can go to my credit repair team and we'll get you right. But for the most part, you guys have to build your credit score. So Navy Federal is obviously the biggest credit union in the U.S. If you can't get into it, just DM me on Instagram or comment below, and I'll just tell you how to get in. But basically, you want to get into Navy Federal, or you want to get into a credit union, or even if you have a bank, this is really good for when you have a relationship with the bank already. Go ahead and add on top of that relationship by getting a pledge loan with your bank, right? It's just a secured loan that's going to build your installment history. Now what you want to do is that you have all of these relationships, you just keep using these relationships to get the bag later on in the future. So if you have a relationship with any bank, regardless if you have credit or not, go ahead and make that relationship stronger by using this company's product. So we went over credit monitoring, we went over secured credit cards, we went over pledge loans to get installment history. Now we're going to go over reporting your rent. So we have 3 options. Number 1, we have rent reporters. Rent reporters is going to be able to report your rent to all 3 bureaus. Level Credit is going to be able to report your rent, and Rental Karma is going to be able to report your rent. When you report your rent, you're going to be able to build towards getting a mortgage or getting an Airbnb. I have a lot of investors on here. I have a lot of people that are trying to get into the Airbnb space. So whatever I tell my clients, I say, hey, we're going to build your credit report based on whatever you want to target. So if you want to target the rental car industry, guess what we're going to do? We're going to teach you how to go and target the lower end cars. Let's say you had a car at $50,000. Your car is worth $50,000. We're going to work towards getting a $70,000 car, right? That way you can put more cars on your credit report and build it up to the max. So you want to build your credit score up to the max based on whatever your goal is. So like I said, reporting your rent. If you're getting into Airbnb, obviously you want to report your rent so you have higher approval odds when it comes to getting your home, or whatever Airbnb arbitrage, or whatever you're trying to get into. Now, let's talk about, let's say you want funding, right? If you want funding, that funding, you're gonna go and get pledge loans and credit cards, revolving history mainly because you're targeting revolving history, which is a credit card. Now you wanna build using credit cards. So you can get in-store credit cards to start at tier 1. Understand that there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, all the way up to tier 5. You guys are beginners, right? If you're watching this video, you're most likely a beginner. And being a beginner, you want to target tier 1 credit cards. Tier 1 credit cards are all the secure credit cards that I explained in the beginning of this video. Also in-store credit cards, so like Best Buy, Office Depot, Office Max, Home Depot. All those in-store credit cards you can only use in-store, so they have more security, whether it's you just getting a credit card and just going to the mall and just spending it on whatever, right? They have more control of you whenever you use an in-store credit card. That way it'll be easier for you to get approved with the in-house or in-store credit card. And last but not least, I kind of already touched over this already, but when it comes to getting a vehicle, you want to use in-house financing. Basically, it's like a credit union where they have an internal scoring system, or American Express where they have an internal scoring system. Basically, once you get in the door, let's say with Toyota Financial, you're already in the door with Toyota Financial. You're already in the door with with GM Financial. You're already in the door with Ford Financial. Once you're already in the door, that's it. You don't have to worry about any outside negative accounts or anything like that once you're inside of this company's credit system. So if I had Toyota Financial or a big, loan company that hands out vehicles, they have an internal scoring system. Me specifically, I use in-house financing. So once I have in-house financing, I have my credit score built internally with this bank, with the dealership's bank. The dealership has a bank when it comes to in-house financing. All you have to do is just ask around, ask the dealerships. It's most likely going to be mainstream dealerships, right? These dealerships are going to have in-house financing like Toyota, Nissan, Kia, BMW, Audi, right? Big name brands. I'm not talking about mom and pop dealerships. I'm talking about actual name brand dealerships. These are the dealerships that are going to have their in-house bank, and that's going to be able to grow your rental car fleet. Like I said, whatever you're trying to target, whether that's Airbnb, real estate, or just being having a regular tenant profile, right? Target your credit report for Rental Karma, for rent reporters. If you're going towards the Turo route or rental car route, or you just want a nice car, guess what you're going to do? In-house financing. If you want an Audi, let's go to Audi Financial and start off small with a $40,000, $50,000 Audi. Now that we have this $40,000, $50,000 Audi, we can trade that car in and move on to the next. That's just how you're going to build your auto loan history. That's how you're going to build your rent history for real estate or whatever. And then for the revolving history, if you just want funding, let's say for a credit repair business like me, if I want funding for my credit repair business to run ads, I'm going to be adding revolving history onto my credit report, which would be the secured credit cards that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, right? So that's the end of this video, guys. If you want to learn more about credit and rental cars, that's my main niche. I love cars, I love credit, because I can do anything I want in this world with credit. It does not matter where I am in the world, right? A lot of people think, hey, BR, the credit system is only in the US. What if I did manufactured spending? Or what if I pulled the credit, or what if I pulled the cash off of this credit card and I could take that cash to another city or another country, right? I could take this cash to another country, right, from this credit card that I got from the US, right? And also, you got to understand that credit is removable. Rinse, wash, repeat. So you can just keep using credit. It doesn't matter if you mess it up or not, because you can repair it. There are always laws out here that will protect you as a consumer to repair your credit report. So if I have a ton of negatives, if I get repos, if I get collections, charge-offs, late payments, whatever, credit is fixable, regardless of what anybody tells you guys. It's always repairable. So that's why I love credit. If you mess up your investment using your cash, you're not getting that money back. If you mess up your investment using credit, okay, cool, I got a late payment, I got a repo, let's run the playback, and we're back to square one. So I didn't lose any money if I use my credit. So now, with that being said, that is the end of this video. I would like for you guys to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to this video, leave a like, share this video to your friends, just to go ahead and build up the channel and build up your friends' credit reports, so y'all can all come together and build an empire that you would like to build. I'll see y'all on the next one.